hand. Check myself again and I stand, proven to the man but sheltered. Confidence we tend to shape, and unexpected hunger drives me. Just shut up and stand beside me. I don't need your understanding, I don't need a change. And though I'm used to have you here, it doesn't change the man I was when you found me, and there was no one else around me. Just turn the page and watch me grow. There's so many things that you don't know about my soul. Oh, well, not yet. Just when you think that you're down and out, don't think and see what I'm all about. Look for a reason that you have to start acting like a friend that you are not. And when you think that we played it out, we come from the bottom and knocked it out. Look for a reason that you have to start acting like a friend, but you are not. Yeah. Nothing in between to fall through. I'm being myself. Who are you? You stand up and look down. You're just a plagiaristic clown. You take the life out of me. You keep track of the pity, and when this well becomes dry, you'll shed a tear for another lie. And though I'm used to have you here, it doesn't change the man I was when you found me, and there was no one else around me. Just turn the page and watch me grow. There's so many things that you don't know about my soul. Oh, but this will not get old. Just when you think that you're down and out, don't preconceive what I'm all about. Look for a reason that you have to start acting like a friend that you are not. And when you think that we played it out, we come from the bottom and look for a reason that you have to start acting like a friend, but you are not. Yeah. And though I'm used to have you here, it doesn't change the man I was when you found me, and there was no one else around me. That you're down and out, don't preconceive what I'm all about. Look for a reason that you have to start acting like a friend that you are not. And when you think that we played it out, we come from the bottom. Look for a reason that you have to start acting like a friend, but you are not. Yeah.
To the hip hop, the hip it to the hip hip hop. You don't stop the rockin' to the bang bang boogie. Say up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Now what you hear is not a test. I'm rapping to the beat, and me, the groove, and my friends are gonna try to move your feet. You see, I am Wonder Mike, and I like to say hello. Up to the black, to the white, the red, and the brown, and the purple, and yellow. But first, I gotta bang bang the boogie to the boogie. Say up jump the boogie to the bang bang boogie. Let's rock. You don't stop, rock the rhythm that'll make your body rock. Well, so far you've heard my voice, but I brought two friends along. And next on the mic is my man Hank. Come on, Hank, sing that song.
Check it out, I'm the CASN, the OVA, and the rest is FLY. You see, I go by the code of the doctor of the mix, and these reasons I'll tell you why. You see, I'm 6'1", and I'm tons of fun, and I dress to a T. You see, I got more clothes than Muhammad Ali, and I dress so viciously. I got bodyguards, I got two big cars that definitely ain't the whack. I got a Lincoln Continental and a some new Cadillac. So after school, I take a dip in the pool, which is really on the wall. I got a color TV so I can see the Knicks play basketball. Hear me talking about checkbook, credit cards, more money than a could ever spend. But I wouldn't give a or punks from the rock and not a dime till I made it again. Everybody go, hotel, motel, what you gonna do today? 'Cause I'm gonna... Everybody go, hotel, motel, holiday inn. I'm Master G, my mellow is on you, so what you gonna do?
Well, it's on and on and on and on and on. The beat don't stop until the break of dawn. I said a M-A-S, a T-E-R, a G with a double E. I said I go by the unforgettable name of the man they call a Master G. Well, my name is known all over the world by all the foxy ladies and the pretty girls. I'm going down in history as the baddest rapper there ever could be. Now I'm feeling the highs and you're feeling the lows. The beat starts getting into your toes. You start popping your fingers and stomping your feet and moving your body while you're sitting and you're sitting, thinking on and on and on and on and on like a hot butter. The pop, the pop, the pop, give it, pop, the pop, pop. You don't dare stop or come alive, y'all. Give me what you got. I said 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell me Wonder Mike, what are you waiting for?
To the hip hop, the hippie to the hippie, the hip hip, the hopper. You don't stop, rock it to the bang bang, the boogie. Say up, jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie beat. Well, skittle bebop, we rock a Scooby Doo. And guess what, America, we love you. Cause you rock in a row with us so much so you can rock till you're 101 years old. I don't mean to brag, I don't mean to boast, but we're like hot butter on a breakfast toast. Rock it out, a baby bubba to the boogie, the bang bang, the boogie to the beat. Beat is so unique. Come on, everybody, and dance to the beat.
Think less but see it grow. Like a ride, oh. Not easily offended, not hard to let it go. From a mess to the masses, a list of mania. Think less but see it grow. Like a ride, oh. Not easily offended, not hard to let it go. From a mess to the masses, follow misguided, stand still, discuss, discouraged. On this precious weekend and in this wealthiest gentleman only. But now that you're lonely, too late, juggle it, let's go slowly, discouraged. We'll burn the pictures instead. When it's all over, we can barely discuss for 1 minute only. Not with a fortune and only. Thought it could have been something else. These days it comes and goes. A list of mania. Think less but see it grow. Like a ride, oh. Not easily offended, not hard to let it go. From a mess to the masses, a list of mania. Think less but see it grow. Like a ride, oh. Not easily offended, not hard to let it go. From a mess to the masses. This is showtime, this is showtime, this is showtime. Oh. It's time to get away. It's time to get away from you. It's time to get away. It's time to get away from you. You brought a lot of money, but me, I'm catching tiny tummy. And you make me sleep. I try and try, and I start to be sensible, if you know what I mean. And so it's time to get away. It's time to get away from you. And next time we'll talk it over, and we can start again. For you, I caught a lot of static. And me, I would like it automatic. Oh, what did you think would happen next? Oh, what could it ever be? So it's time to get away. It's time to get away from you. Next time, let's talk about it. Or maybe start again. To think I used to pity you. To think I used to pity you. It's true. To think I used to pity you. To think I used to talk to you. It's true. Next time we can talk about it, or even start again. I couldn't tell you what you wanted. You know what I'm saying? I knew you were low, man, but the truth is I was shocked. Never lied. Kids. Hey, buddy, kids never lie. Wash out, wash out, wash out, wash out, wash out, wash out. I'm scared to and I know that you want this. Such a style, you've got style, you've got grace, you've got grace, you've got grace. It's time to stop caring, it's time to forget. It's time to stop wishing, no time for regret. It's the blues, it's the blues, it's the blues, it's the blues. It's the blues. The end is upon us, the end is upon us.
An interleague match. We'll go to the mound. And brought to you by Pepsi. Here's the offense from Don Wakamatsu. It'll be Ichiro leading us off. Here's the pitch. Called strike, outer half of the plate, 0-1.
Well, he's got a good four-seam fastball with good riding action to it, but he finds the heart of the plate here. Unfortunately for the hitter, he didn't swing.
Here's the pitch. And Ichiro looks at that one for a ball. That'll even the count. He's averaged .297 lifetime off the Giants. Swung on line to right center field. Well, that's a good start. First batter, first hit. Here's a look at how the Giants will line up defensively. Scouting these fielders. Steve.
Well, Nate Scherholt's out there, a big guy. Doesn't run all that well, but his instincts allow him to run the ball down and make big plays.
And it's Sean Figgins now. And he's got it.
Well, let's take a look at where San Francisco ended up rank-wise last year in the National League. 10th in hits, 10th in stolen bases. And for team batting average, well, the number's just not quite there, as they did not make the kind of contact you want. Really led to...
Back up the middle. And that gets down. That should bring Ichiro home.
Well, real pressure mounting right now. That base hit loads up the bases. He's going to have to make a pitch to try to get out of this mess.
Bases are loaded and nobody out. Here's the delivery. Swings, hits this one pretty well. Deep right center. And here's Ichiro heading home. And Ichiro comes in.
Well, good piece of hitting. He wanted to advance the runner. He got the ball up in the zone, got it in the air, and the runner advances.
That pitch was up in the zone, and he got underneath it and drove it far enough to move that runner.
Now, he would have liked to hit, but it was a productive out.
Gutierrez at the plate. Well, they've done themselves quite a job here. This is a nice push at this point of the ball game to get out in front.
Well, they staked out an early lead in this one, just where they want to be.
Well, you know, when you hit like this in the first inning, you start to anticipate maybe a healthy bit of run support coming in this game. That one misses. It gets away from the catcher. He throws. Safe at third. And they'll just have to sit on this one, so everybody's safe. Good eye by Franklin Gutierrez as he lays off that one, and we're even.
Now, Gary, they're taking advantage of some early pitching mistakes. You have to do that because you never know if those mistakes are going to happen later in the game. Take advantage of the opportunities.
Well, he finished that one off with a strikeout. Nice pitch. So Casey Kochman thinking RBI now. Last season for him, 1 for 5 off Tim Lincecum. Starts him out with a fastball for a strike.
Oh, it's a quality fastball right there, just pounding the strike zone down and away. He had no chance to put that one in play.
Low for a ball to Kochman. Lincecum with the delivery. That misses down in the zone. 2-1.
Well, he tried to change up right there, but it just stayed.
Oh, there's Bradley stealing. And they're going to have to eat this one. He is in standing up. Comes set, the 3-1 delivery. Swing and a line to left. And it's in there. Seattle will get a run. Good pitch down low, Steve, but a better at bat.
Well, he did a real nice job going down in his swing to get that low ball, to be able to pick up the hit.
2 men on, 2 men out. Call strike from Lincecum, and the count is now 0-1. Here's the pitch. Taps this one foul to the right. And a ground ball to Tomey. And it's picked up. Throw on to second base. Force play. Side retired. And so we get our first 2 runs in the first. Offense getting going early. Let's take a look at the starting pitcher for Seattle. Steve will be focusing here on these San Francisco hitters. What's he thinking about?
Well, it's a tough day for the hitters. They have to go out there, though, with the thought to hit the fastball. If they find themselves behind in the count, they know they're going to get that unbelievable curveball. It just cannot be put in play, so you better swing early and see if he can't put it in play.
First one to Rowan. Here's the pitch. And that finds the outside corner for strike one. 2 for 4 record against Hernandez. That's hit foul by Rowan. Aaron Rowan striking out. No contact made.
That's a pretty fast pitch right there, and hard to get that much break on it.
And here's Freddie Sanchez.
Well, Felix Hernandez again in 2009 put together a monster season. 19 wins, a 2.49 ERA, and this guy to me has the best stuff in baseball for a starting pitcher at such a young age. He has a fastball that can reach 100 miles an hour, a slider and a split, and he can put people away with a bunch of strikeouts.
Low for a ball to Sanchez. Certainly for Felix Hernandez, he is one of those who gives a lot of jelly legs out. Hitters coming up against him can have some of their worst at-bats of the season.
Well, when you have a guy who can throw upwards of 100 miles an hour and consistently do it throughout the entire game, and then he can throw that slider like he has, yeah, you're going to get a lot of those bad swings and making people look ugly. And at such a young age, he is a workhorse already. For the Seattle Mariners pitching staff.
Sandoval at the plate, up in the top 5 in average last year. Here's Hernandez, the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Pablo Sandoval not making contact. Count is now even.
Well, that fastball right there, he just blew it by him.
There's a swing and a line drive, and Wilson brings that one in. So Felix Hernandez gets him 3 up and 3 down. He gets through the first. Glad you're with us this afternoon. Some fans bundled up in their jackets, a little chilly. Call strike from Lincecum, and the count is now 0-1.
Now that he's established the bottom of the strike zone, it gives him so many options. He can go to the breaking ball or climb the ladder with another fastball.
The 0-1 delivery, curve, swung on and missed, 0-2. Here it comes. And it holds at 0-2. Lined right at the second baseman. And Sanchez is able to get to that one.
Let's take a look at the American League rankings from last season and check out what the Seattle Mariners did. 8th in stolen bases, 11th in home runs, and the slugging numbers, well, they just didn't quite have the slugging numbers that they would have liked. Power, not a big part of their game. They were a base-to-base team having to manufacture runs.
0-1 count as that started off with a strike.
Well, Cy Young Award winner in 2009, Tim Lincecum, what an outstanding pitcher. They call him the Freak for a reason because he's such a slight build, 5'11", only 160 pounds, but what comes out of that right arm is an absolute cannon of a fastball in the high 90s.
Swing and a miss on that fastball, and it's 1-2. There are not many pitchers around Major League Baseball who truly dominate start after start. Tim Lincecum is one of those. His numbers, hitters really go into those games wondering if they can even make contact.
Yeah, that's the thing. You hope against Tim Lincecum he walks you once. That way you only go 1 for 3. But you look at the numbers for him, only 15 wins to win that Cy Young. That shows you how dominant he was, because most winners of the Cy Young, if you're not a closer, they're going to have close to 20 wins. That's how good this guy is. 261 strikeouts also.
And Ichiro stands in, 2 down. Number 1 in hits last year. And Lincecum gets him swinging for the first strike. Here's the pitch. That's a strike, and it's 0-2. Time for Ichiro to protect a bit.
The hitter thought that ball was inside. It certainly wasn't low, and it looks like it was in there.
There's a swing soft liner down the left field line, and he gets it down. He's 2 for 2 now. That'll bring up Sean Figgins.
Looking back to last year, let's check out the season that Ichiro had. First in hits, second in batting average, and he got the job done on the clutch. One of the elite hitters hitting in the clutch, in the top 15 in batting with runners in scoring position. You love that sort of patience and confidence he had to drive in big runs.
Ichiro's going to steal. He is safe at second base. Now the 1-1 pitch. On the ground to third. Sandoval. Seattle, here's their shot right now.
Well, the pitcher did everything he could right here. He got the ground ball like he wanted. But you see this runner, man, once he left the box, he is flying, and he beats this one.
This one's grounded hard up the middle. Renteria in the pickup. And they get the force at second that time. That'll do it. And conditions here this afternoon pretty nice. Few clouds overhead. Hernandez gets set and delivers. Swings on that first pitch, misses the fastball. 0-1.
Boy, he's got great movement on that two-seamer. It's one of the best around.
And that's a strike. Tomei's going to have to hit with a little less of a cut here.
Well, a lot of times movement will fool a hitter, but it looked like right here the velocity on that pitch was what caused him to swing and miss and be late.
Tomei will foul that one away.
But when a pitcher throws a pitch out there 0-2, you're expecting him to get a ground out or a strikeout. But this guy just reaches out, puts it in play, defensive swing to keep this thing going.
Rung him up. Strike 3. Count that one as a K.
With 2 strikes, the hitter wanted the fastball. He got it, but didn't do anything with it.
And DeRosa settles in.
Well, Mark DeRosa's turned himself into the super sub who plays almost every day. Over 500 at-bats last year with the Indians and the Cardinals in 2009. And he plays everywhere in the infield, second base, third base. He can play the outfield position. Anywhere you ask him to play, he plays. That's why he gets in the game almost every day at different positions and gives guys rest, makes him valuable.
Slider just missed. He runs that to a 3-0 count. Certainly in 09 for the Chicago Cubs, the last word they wanted to hear was DeRosa. They traded him away only to find a season in which they really could have used him.
Well, you talk to anybody that played for the Cubs, and they'll tell you how he held that team together in the clubhouse with his great leadership. You have to remember where he came from. He came up with the Atlanta Braves when they were in the midst of winning all those division titles, so he knows what winning baseball is all about.
And that'll bring up Benji Molina.
Well, this year the Seattle Mariners are going to look to
drill towards the hole. Good offensive chance here.
0-1 mistake right here. He throws it over the heart of the plate, and he pays for it.
It's going to be Schultz now. 37 wins on the road, 85 wins, only good enough for third place overall. That road record needed to be better. Swing, shoots this one towards the gap, right center. 2 away, and they'll try and hold the runners second and first. They stay.
2 outs now. Those runners are still standing on base. Let's see if he can find his way out of this with the lead intact.
Swung on, grounded towards the hole, and Wilson picks it up. Throws to first, side is retired.
choice is yours.
You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you get with this, cause this is where it's at. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you get with this, cause this is kind of that.
Where's the black sheep? Here's the black sheep. Even if we wanted to, the flock cannot be weak. Watch me swing like this. Why should I swing it like that? Because of facts, on me it might not attract. Therefore I ignore, do as I feel aside. I live with me, I've got my back tonight, you know what I'm saying? Need to go with this and go with this without delay and see. In actuality, wonder can it be? I made it look easy because it is to me. Anytime capacity was filled, tried to rock it. Never was a fool, so we finished school. Never see us sweat and you'll never see us drool. Out to rock the globe while it's still here to rock.
You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you get with this, cause this is where it's at. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you get with this, cause this is kind of fat.
Engine number 9 on the New York Transit line. If my train goes off the track, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Back on the scene, crispy and clean. You can try, but then why? Cause you can't intervene. We be the outcast, down for the settle. Won't play rock, won't play the pebble.
The baseball season is underway. We'll see the San Francisco Giants as they play against the Houston Astros. At your home for Major League Baseball, 2K Sports.
Hey, it's opening day. Welcome, everybody. Major League Baseball ready to kick off a new season. I'm Gary Thorne with Steve Phillips and John Kruk, and we are looking forward to a great year with you. Roy Oswalt, the hitters, planning their strategy against a guy who's got a repertoire of great sliders. And we've got nearly 41,000 fans for this one. Steve, as he's facing the San Francisco lineup today, what do you think's on his mind?
As a manager, you send Roy Oswalt out there, you know what you're going to get. A bulldog, a competitor, a guy with overpowering stuff that can take you deep into the game. He wants...
Pepsi presents our starting line. Leadoff hitter Aaron Rowan. Last outing for the Giants, a win. It's the A's in Oakland. Oswalt catches him looking. Now they had to shut down a rally before it developed, and they did.
And those 2 runs that won the game were huge for them.
Good patience. Aaron Rowan lets that one go by. The count is even. And not a lot of expectations here. Just a 182 lifetime average against Roy Oswalt. Line towards second. Picked up by Matsui. And that sets down Rowan. And Freddie Sanchez to bat.
But Roy Oswalt's usually one of these guys you talk about every season as being a Cy Young candidate. But 2009 with the Astros, only 8 wins. Well, you think, well, he had to be hurt if he only won 8 games. No, he started 30 games. The Astros were just a poor team who couldn't give him any run support, and that's why he didn't get a lot of wins. But he has some of the most dominant stuff in baseball. Great fastball for a guy who's small, and that big, slow breaking ball to keep hitters off balance.
A liner headed for the hole. And that's going to be in there. The Giants get their first man on. Here's a look at how the Stros will match up defensively. Any scouting picks, Steve?
Michael Bourne can run down the ball with anybody in the outfield. He's like a wide receiver out there. He goes to his right, to his left. He goes back. He comes in. He can make every play.
Roy Oswalt has been one of the steadfast pitchers in that rotation for the Astros for some time. The question is, that 4.12 ERA swing. Hits that one. It's going to be Pence. 2 men have been put away. Something to look forward to this Wednesday. The New York Yankees are roadbound. They take their game to Boston to challenge the Red Sox at Fenway. Game gets underway 7 o'clock Eastern. And as Jim told me in the box now, 2 outs and a man on first. Oswalt with the delivery. It's now 0-1. Watch that fastball go by. Tomey will foul that one away. Tomey fouls it off again. Lined right at the second baseman. And Matsui puts that away to retire the side. No runs on a hit, and they'll strand him. And the Astros getting ready to start this one off. And we've got Tim Lincecum out on the mound. He'll start for San Francisco. Steve, what do you think the strategy is going to be today going against this Houston lineup?
As a hitter, you better try to get Tim Lincecum early because you've got to try to hit his fastball. That curveball at times is unhittable, and the changeup has so much deception because of his delivery. So the key, jump on the fastball early in the count.
And it's 0-2. Michael Bourne, he'll be swinging on anything close now.
Gonna have to look for a little bit more patience at the plate in this game because last game out struck out 3 times chasing pitches out of the zone.
Big swing and a miss for Michael Bourne. Strike 3. He's out of there.
You know, sometimes in the back could go 5, 6, 7 pitches as they start to foul off the 0-2 count. I like that he went right at him aggressively, strikes him out on 3 pitches.
And here's Kazu Matsui.
As much as the Astros struggled in 2009, they did manage a pretty good record at home, playing much better in Houston than they did on the road.
And Lincecum gets him swinging for the first strike. Those Astros at home ended up with a 44-37 record in that ballpark that's just got all kinds of neat little corners in it.
Yeah, it's a tough place to go play, especially if you're the opposing team. The outfielders, like you said, those little nooks and crannies that balls can bounce funny on. But Michael Bourne was the key to that season. Got on base a lot as the leadoff hitter, stole a lot of bases, and set the tone for that offense.
Well, another one of those dome stadiums really providing a home field advantage, and where the Astros might be undermanned matching up with other teams in certain areas, their home field really played to be a bonus for them.
2-2 pitch. And Matsui strikes out. No contact.
79 on the gun, and look at the break on that pitch on K-Cam.
It was not a good-looking swing on that pitch.
Well, good at-bat starts with good swings, and bad at-bats end with bad swings. And I think he'd want that last swing back if he had the choice.
And Carlos Lee to bat. And a loss in the last outing for the Astros. It's the Jays. Hit sharply towards the hole, and that one's down. That's the team's first hit. Sponsored by Pepsi, we'll now see the Astros lineup. John, who do we keep an eye on?
You know, when you're watching Hunter Pence play baseball, the first thing you notice is how unorthodox he is. But he's not a store-bought player. He plays with natural instincts, and that's what makes him so exciting. But if his team is going to win this game today, Hunter Pence has to be a factor in that lineup.
Here's a fly ball to straightaway left. That's a base hit. Berkman now on board. Now let's take a quick look at the Giants and how they line up defensively. Highlight, Steve, for these fielders.
Okay, Freddie Sanchez is a guy who really has improved himself defensively. He got to the major leagues as more of an offensive player, but through hard work, he's improved the quality of his play.
A chance to drive in a run for Hunter Pence. Last season, 0 for 3 off Tim Lincecum. That curve is just a little bit outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Swing sends this one on a line to right center. And it gets down. Lee will try and score. Can't cut it off. It's going to roll to the wall. And Lee comes in. And Berkman also in. Nice job on this one. And if he doesn't go down into the dirt, he's not going to get a triple.
Well, you're right. Great hustle. He was at full speed out of the batter's box, and it was the slide directly into the bag that made a difference.
And Feliz settles in. And some production being seen in this game early. They've got a chance now to extend the lead.
And Gary, you can never underestimate the importance of an early lead. It can allow the pitcher to go right at the hitters and pitch with confidence.
0-1. Lincecum kicks and deals. Good patience as Pedro Feliz lets that one go by for a ball. Count is even. And it doesn't hurt to get that starter to throw a few pitches either.
Well, he's going to need to settle down a little bit here so he can stick around later in the game.
There's a swing and a line drive. And Renteria is there to retire the side. Early scoring, that's always a blessing. They get it going here. The Astros lead. And if you are just tuning in, hi, Gary Thorne along with John Kruk, Steve Phillips. We bring you Major League Baseball on 2K Sports. And here's Mark DeRosa leading it off. Oswalt with the delivery. That's on that off-speed pitch, but can't connect. 0-1.
Well, sometimes the pitcher's just better than the hitter, and on that particular pitch, he threw that breaking ball down the zone. He was better. So you just tip your hat to him and hope you can get him again.
That's going to be a base hit for DeRosa. And that'll bring up Benji Molina.
Well, let's take a look at where San Francisco ended up rank-wise last year in the National League. 10th in hits, 10th in stolen bases. And for team batting average, well, the number's just not quite there, as they did not make the kind of contact you want and really led to some difficulties in scoring runs.
Dirt pitch swung on and missed. Not feeling real good about that one. He deals. Hit sharply towards the hole. To second for one. And there's two, a double play. Always looking for that friend of a pitcher. They wanted that ground ball and got it.
Now they threw it around the horn to get the double play. Nice turn by the second baseman.
It's going to be Scherholz now. Nothing in 2 ABs against Roy Oswalt. Way out there with the curveball, 1-0.
They tried to go backdoor with the curveball right there, but just couldn't catch the outside corner.
And he looks at a curveball then there, 1-1.
That's a great pitch right there. That 12-6 downer curveball on the outside corner. Not much he could do with that one.
1-1 pitch, fastball, high, 2-1. And Oswalt sends the 2-1 pitch. Lays off the fastball low for ball 3.
Boy, it's a great fastball right there, down in the strike zone. Now there's so many ways to go. Let's see how he comes back to attack this hitter.
Good eye by the hitter there, laying off that low ball, understanding below the knees, take it.
That brings up Edgar Renteria. First pitch a fastball, that's in there for a strike.
Well, they set up down and away, they throw it down and away. That's how you can be effective as a major.
Headed for the middle. Oh my, how did he get out of the way of that? Those are scary. Boy, what a time now to capitalize if they can.
They tried to go down with that 0-1 pitch, but it gets blasted right back for the base hit.
But the way he went after that in the box, Steve, it looked like he might have been guessing down there.
Well, I'll tell you what, you have to make contact behind in the count. He got a pitch over the heart of the plate and took advantage of it.
Swing and a miss on a ball that was too high.
Get a little extra giddy up on that one as he just blows it right by him.
Here's a swing and a liner to left center. And in there, base hit. Opposing pitcher, that is tough to take when you're on the mound. And Scherholz comes in to score. So San Francisco able to continue this offense.
How about that right there, Gary? The pitcher picking up a hit, driving in a run, and adding to this team's offense. It goes a long way to make that offense go. 2
down. Runners at first and second. Spins on a throw behind the runner. Dives. Oh, they got him, just barely picking him off. They pick up 1 on 3 hits, strand a man. In the batter's box, Keppinger. Lincecum with the delivery. Starts him out with a fastball for a strike.
I think the hitter was looking for something out over the plate that he could drive. They pounded a fastball down and in for a strike.
Hit hard to second. Picked up by Sanchez. And that'll retire Keppinger.
Well, look here, last year of the National League and where the Houston Astros ended up ranking. 4th in batting average with runners in scoring position. 4th in stolen bases. And they were in the top 10 in team batting average. An offense that made a lot of contact and got a lot of base hits.
And we're going to see Quintero batting.
Well, how do you follow up a 2008 Cy Young season like Tim Lincecum did in 2008? Well, how about another Cy Young season in 2009? 15 wins, a 2.4 ERA, 32 games started, 4 complete games, 225 innings. What more can you ask? Well, how about throw in he led the league in strikeouts also.
Oswalt into the batter's box. 2 outs, bases empty. That fastball gets by him on the first pitch, 0-1. Waves at that fastball in the hole now, 0-2.
Oh, he just swung late on that one. That's what you call getting gassed up.
And it holds at 0-2. Curveball, that tied him up in knots. Swung on and missed. Side retired. Nobody left on base. Fresh air with the open roof here at Minute Maid Park. A beautiful evening. First one to Rowan. Here's the pitch. Oswalt got him to swing. 0-1. That's hit foul by Rowan. Hut shot towards the hole. And that's out number one, stepping in the bag. And Sanchez is batting. For his career, .299 off the Astros. First pitch on the way. And Oswalt has him 0-1 with that called strike.
Down, down, down. It's all about location. That breaking ball down in the zone makes it very difficult on the hitter.
Here's the pitch. Swung on, grounded towards the hole. And he steps on first. That's the second out.
You have to have good hands and good feet at first base. He has both as he scoops it up and takes care of it himself.
Sandoval at the plate, up in the top 5 in average last year. And he doesn't make contact on the Oswalt pitch.
Gary had an outstanding year last year, no doubt about that. I mean, a guy they came to rely upon, and obviously a very disciplined hitter at the plate.
Sandoval will foul that one away. And the pitch from Oswalt, low for a ball.
Well, anytime you have a good fastball and you can keep it down in the zone around the knees or lower, it's great location, and believe me, very difficult to hit.
Swing and a hot shot. Kevinger. And he throws on to first. That'll retire the side. No runs, no hit. He has to be happy with the work on the mound, especially that last inning. Insurance run so important. And Bourne's in the box. You look at the league's best base stealers, he's right there. And Lincecum gets him swinging for the first strike.
Look, Gary, with his speed, he's the kind of guy that could bunt for a base hit even with 2 outs and then try to steal himself into scoring position.
Retiring Bourne. And here's Kazu Matsui. Batting average .248 against the Giants. Here's Matsui's first look. And Lincecum gets him swinging for the first strike.
Watch his thumb and index finger on the ball, making a circle. That's the circle change, Gary. That's the pitch that makes this guy so effective.
Watches that fastball go by, and now he's at 1-2. That circle change you were talking about, that is the off-speed pitch that he will go to in his repertoire.
When you have a changeup, you have to have a feel for pitching. He understands when he can get the hitter off balance. Now, the curveball right to the bottom of the strike zone. The hitter just gave up on it. Looks like a statue standing up there. Swing the bat.
And Carlos Lee stands in 2 down.
Now, if you got a chance to watch the last ball game, you saw the quality at bat he had. He worked the count, got a pitch he could hit, and hit the ball out of the ballpark. Good piece of hitting. Nice job.
Throws on to first. Side is retired. And if you're just joining in, Gary Thorne with Steve Phillips and John Kruk bringing you Major League Baseball here on 2K Sports. Tomei gets in. Here's the first delivery. Tomei will foul that one away. Oswalt with the delivery. Tomei fouls it off again. And Oswalt misses.
It's a good pitch there. Tried to get him to chase it out of the zone. He just laid off.
Fastball swung out and missed. Struck him out. One away.
Here's the 4-seam fastball coming at you in K-Cam. Get a better look.
I think the pitcher had him fooled on this one all the way through, John. He wasn't expecting that outside corner delivery.
Well, he just pulled the string on that pitch, and that's good stuff right there.
And DeRosa settles in.
The thing you realize about Mark DeRosa, when he came up to the big leagues with the Braves, he's primarily a shortstop who they didn't think could hit. But you look at his power numbers now, you know, he hit 31 home runs with Texas a few years ago, 23 in 2009. He has the ability to hit the ball out of the ballpark and be a quality defender wherever they put him.
Further proof in the game in this day and age that versatility will give you a chance to play. Mark DeRosa with the Indians and Cardinals in 09 found that the ability to move around got him some at-bats.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, you know, you talk about a guy who you consider an everyday player. He doesn't have to be at one position. As long as he's getting his at-bats, he doesn't care where he plays. And the thing is, too, he went to an Ivy League school, so he's smart. That doesn't play well in baseball.
And he'll step on first. It's Berkman at the plate, one of the most walked players in the league a year ago. The first pitch. Caught strike from Lincecum, and the count is now 0-1. Berkman lays off the low pitch. He had 3 hits, 8 ABs last year against the Giants. And Lincecum can't get him to swing at the low pitch. 2-1 pitch. That one is swung on and missed by Berkman, an even count.
Well, looking for a bounce-back performance today. Some disappointment after last game, striking out twice.
And Lance Berkman is struck out. Big swing and a miss for Berkman.
Get a chance to take a look at this slider right here, Gary.
A breaking ball right there gets him to swing. You can see that back leg kind of jelly bitten a little bit.
He really used the off-speed pitches during that at-bat to get it over with. Hunter Pence in the box.
Well, you look at the numbers for Hunter Pence in 2009, and the one thing that jumps out at you is only 58 walks. He's a free swinger. He goes up there hacking. He struck out 109 times, kind of a lot for a guy that's not going to hit 40, 50 homers. But if he can figure out a way to be more selective at the plate, his numbers are going to rise.
The 1-2 pitch. And Pence watches that one go by. Count is even. For Hunter Pence, if he continues to play with the Astros, probably going to have to learn how to use that ballpark a little better. That could be a tough yard for some hitters, even with a short left field fork.
But really can, especially a guy like Hunter Pence. He's more of a line drive hitter, and that big tall wall in left field, even though very short, you know.
Back up the middle. And that gets through for a base hit. That will bring Jeff Keppinger to the plate. State Farm Leaderboard recaps the biggest group of thieves last year in the league. Number 1, the Mets, with Phillies in second, Dodgers third, 4th spot held by the Astros, and in the 5th spot, the Rockies.
Well, most teams have one guy who can steal bases. This team has a bunch of guys who can run. Last year, one of the top teams in the league at stealing bases, and you think, well, we got one base stealer out. Well, as soon as he gets out, here comes another. It seems like every time someone's on base, they have the ability to steal bases. Way too much pressure for the opposition.
Molina setting up, and Lincecum can't get him to swing at the low pitch.
Well, he tried to change up right there, but it just stayed down and off the plate.
Renteria throws to first, side is retired. Another fine inning for Tim. It's going to be Sherholtz now. Oswalt got him to swing. 0-1. The pitch, and a ground ball to Feliz. And so Sherholtz retired.
Well, Gary, he's pitching well right now. And that's 7 straight that he's retired. He is really locked in.
1 out, nobody on. Oswalt with the delivery. Swung on and ripped towards second. And Matsui's able to get to that one. It's Lincecum at the plate. Singled home a run in his last at bat. Here's the first pitch. And Oswalt has him 0-1 with that called strike.
Well, that's textbook use of the sinker. Down and away, pounding the strike zone. Good pitch.
Lays off that fastball, and it's 0-2. Fastball swung on and missed. Side retired. So Roy Oswalt gets it. And we're going to see Quintero batting. And here's the first one. And Lincecum gets him swinging for the first strike. Called strike outside corner. Quickly in the hole now. 0-2.
Outstanding rotation on that pitch. Look at the mechanics for this pitcher. It comes out of his hand and just falls off the table.
On to Tomey. 1 away. Here's what San Francisco has lined up. This Houston series ending on Wednesday to kick off a home series with Atlanta. That should be a great series. They really match up well. That's a 3-game series. Their homestand continues with another team, the Pittsburgh Pirates. So quite a few home games they'll be looking to capitalize. It's strike one. Can't make contact on the fastball.
Well, if you're going to be late on the fastball, you're going to have trouble hitting up here, and he's struggling right now.
Still 0-2. Lincecum with the delivery. Swung on, missed, curveball, struck him out, 2 down.
Let's see the pitch in the K-cam. It was a 12-6 curve.
And Bourne's in the box. He is 0 for 8 lifetime against Lincecum. Here's Bourne's first look. He watches the first pitch. That ends up in the zone. Strike one.
Look, Gary gets a strike on that curveball down and in. Now let's see if he goes hard away on the next pitch.
This one to Sherholtz. That'll do it as they put that one away. Nothing doing here in this half inning. Houston 2, San Francisco 1. Bruce Bochy looking on. He knows he's going to have to get more innings like that last one and have some production to tie this one up. Leadoff hitter Aaron Rowan, 0 for 2 thus far. First one to Rowan. Here's the pitch. That's hit foul by Rowan. Oh and 1. Oswalt kicks and deals. Strike 2, Rowan. He'll have to be careful now of the K.
Tough spot for the hitter right here. Down 0-2. You got to foul off that tough pitch if you have to.
And out number 1 as he steps on the base.
He's retired 10 in a row. The hitters are completely overmatched right now. He's got it all going on.
And Freddie Sanchez to bat. He went 0 for 3 last year off Oswalt. Fastball in there for a called strike.
Unless you stay back and really think about going the other way, you've got no chance of hitting that 4-seamer down and away.
Sanchez is going to have to be very careful here. Strike 2.
Can you say ground ball? That's what that sinker down to the zone is meant to do.
He swings and nails a liner. And Matsui's able to get to that one.
You know, sometimes you have to hit them where they're not, and that was a shot right there, but they hit it right to the second baseman for an out.
Sandoval at the plate. Last season in the division, number 1 in hits. Popped into foul territory down the left side. Tried to track that one down, but comes up empty. Oh and 1. Oswalt kicks and deals. And he's not in front of that pitch, so he's in the hole now. 0 and 2.
Okay, as you look at him, I mean, he's clearly a big part of this offense, and they need him to produce if they're going to win.
He was able to ring up that K, and that's going to get him out of the inning. And nothing across. And it's Matsui to lead it off. Lincecum with the delivery. The 0-0 delivery, a fastball taken for a strike.
This is the go-to pitch for many pitchers in the major league. The fastball down and away. When in doubt, that's where you go.
And it holds at 0-2. Struck him out. That's number 8 in the game.
Well, this thing just about stops as it gets to home plate. The hitter could have reloaded a couple times if he decided to swing. Instead, he just wanted to watch it go by.
And Carlos Lee up.
Well, Carlos Lee is going to be that main stalwart in the middle of this lineup. You put him in the 4th hole and you just let him go, and all he does is produce. Another 20-homer season, over 100 RBIs. I mean, this guy is basically what you call an offensive player.
He watches the 1-1 pitch, takes a fastball, strike 2. Swing and lined up the middle, and it gets down. That's hit number 2, making good contact. That will bring up Lance Berkman.
He takes this 1-2 pitch down in the zone. He's able to go down and get it, get a good part of the bat on the ball, and pick up the base hit.
That's a tough pitch to hit. When you're behind in the count, you just want contact, and he got it. Starts him off with one at the knees. A smash between short and third. And Sandoval with the catch. Runner on here for Hunter Pence. 1 for 2 in the ball game.
They're winning here, Gary. And one of the reasons why is because he's driven in a couple runs in this one.
First pitch on the way to Pence. And the pitch from Lincecum is good.
Oh, Gary, that's a great four-seam fastball, but when you lay it down the heart of the plate, you know you're at risk for the ball getting tattooed. Unfortunately, the hitter didn't swing.
Strike 2 with a swing and a miss on a fastball.
Credit the catcher on that one. That's a good low target setting up, and he hit the target. Good execution.
Pitch on the way. Very close. Full 3-2.
Well, a lot of guys would swing it.
Now a swing and a shot toward second. Throws to first in time. That's 3 down. It's a good inning. For those of you just joining in, I'm Gary Thorne along with John Kruk and Steve Phillips. We bring you Major League Baseball here on 2K Sports. Tomei gets in. Here's the first delivery. And Oswald has him 0-1 with that called strike.
Down by 1, nobody out here in the 7th inning. You want to try to get somebody on base and get a little bit of rally, because within 1, you want to be able to time it and maybe take the lead. So play for a big inning right here.
Tries to get him to golf at that one, but he lays off, and 1-2 count.
Wow, he had some good bite on that one right there, but the hitter wouldn't chase it.
He can't connect on that. Jim Tomei up empty on a swing.
That's a hard-biting curveball right there with great break. Awfully tough to put in play. Swung right through it.
Base is empty. 1 out. First pitch. Ball. And Oswald throws one outside for a ball.
Now, Gary's still dealing with that 1-run differential. 1 out here in the 7th inning. And again, I think it's about making plays right now and offensively force the issue. Get somebody on base and put the pressure on the pitcher.
Hit hard to second. Retiring DeRosa. And Benji Molina to bat. Grounded out his last time up. Base is empty and 2 down. Oswalt with the delivery. Just missed with the fastball. 1-0.
2 outs here in the 7th inning. You need to make a play behind your pitcher. He's going to pitch to contact. Somebody's got to step up, make the play, get the out, and then get back in there and see if you can score some runs and add on to your lead.
Here's a swing and a line drive.
Well, they get a man on here with 2 outs, and now a double in the gap can tie this game.
A runner on first with 2 outs. And the first pitch. Ball. And the pitch from Oswalt low for a ball. At the belt, the 1-0. There's a ball hit well, a high drive deep into center field. Goodbye, a 2-run homer. Now a look at the chance of winning on our 2-run homer, courtesy of our WPA Pepsi graph.
Anytime you give the team a lead late in the game, it's going to make the manager very happy.
You think that's what it's all about, making the manager happy?
Well, sometimes making the general manager happy is the more important thing.
His name's on the check.
Well, if we had any doubt. It's about this San Francisco offense. They've been answered. Giants have just stepped up big, taking the lead.
Starts him off with 1 in there for a strike. Steve, a very big home run at this point in the ball game. I mean, that just builds confidence up and down that lineup.
And you knew that offense could do it. It was in there. The potential has always been there, and they get it done today.
And Matsui fields the ball. Throws on to first. Side is retired. And Roy Oswalt on his way off. He's given up 1 home run in the ball game. 7th inning stretch in Houston. And Feliz settles in. He singled in his last at bat. And Sergio Romo gets ready to throw. He'll be the reliever for the Giants.
Well, if you can get a start like this every time out from your starting pitcher, you're going to take it. He kept you in the ball game, pitched pretty well, and now turns it over to the bullpen.
And Pedro Feliz with a swing and a miss for a strike that'll even up the count. For his career, 227 off the Giants. Renteria in the pickup. So Feliz is retired. In the batter's box, Keppinger grounded out last time. Bases empty with one away. And the first pitch. Fastball too low. 1-0.
That two-seam fastball is such an effective pitch. One, because it gets ground ball outs, but two, it sets up his other pitches.
And he steps on first. That's the second out. And we're going to see Quintero batting. Grounded out his last time through. 2 outs and nobody on. Swing, soft liner towards right center. And that's going to be a base hit. Tying run is on.
That's a good slider right there. That's a good piece of hitting. Staying with that breaking ball, waiting to read the break over the plate, putting a good swing on it.
2 outs and a man on first. Runzler will be coming in to pitch in this game. He'll be the there he goes for second. And his throw, he is out. Great throw. So no runs on one hit and nobody left on. San Francisco still on top. Runzler in the box now. He's going to lead off here as we go to the 8th. He's going to get us started. 8th inning. Sullivan will be their new pitcher. They've decided it was time to make a change here. Swings and misses at the fastball. 0-1.
Well, you can tell his timing way off after seeing him swing at that four-seamer.
Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Veteran Damon, though, he'll cut it down and try to just poke it out there. Here it comes. Damon will foul that one away. Strike 3. Damon on a swing and a miss, turned away.
You talk about a guy who had full command of his pitches, only 4 of them, but he located and executed them perfectly.
And as a result, this game stays close late.
Yeah, and you got to battle a little better than that. You just can't let a pitcher go in there and get 4 quick pitches and get a big strikeout. You got to battle better than that.
0-1. And Alberto Arias gets ready to throw. He'll be relieving for the Astros now. The pitch up the middle. Oh, that'll move you on the mound. He just barely got out of the way. And that's going to be a base hit for Rowan.
Well, this is not what you imagine when you go out to make a pitching change. You bring a guy in from out of the bullpen, and the first hitter he faces, he serves up a hit. Let's see if he can get out of this.
It's Freddie Sanchez. He hit for a 300 average last year against the Astros.
Okay, you can look at it a couple ways. You can say, look, we've got the lead. Let's play for another big hit here.
Hit on the ground up the middle. And he's got it now. That's 1. And that's 2. A double play. one hit, and no one left on base. Here come the Astros. This is the last half of the... And some good pitching last inning. He now hopes to get the necessary offense going, get him going in the right direction.
Well, now hitting for the pitcher in this situation, he just has to try to get on base and see if he can't get something going offensively.
First pitch, a fastball. That's in there for a strike.
Now, Gary, I think they're going to look at anything they can. If there's an inside pitch, get hit by the pitch, get on base, you're the tying run. If you can, lay down a bunt for a base hit. Hit one in the gap. Think about going for two. Put yourself in scoring position.
A swing and a miss. Strike three, but a chance at first. The throw. And out. The catcher makes the play.
That's a great play, Gary. Pitch in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, does a great job retrieving the ball and gunning him out at first.
If you're a pitcher, you never want those strikeouts not to get recorded. Good play to be able to get the out at first base. And Bourne's, he squares around and he gets this one down. Sandoval, and he'll get in without a play. Bourne, one of those players who does play at home. He was born and raised in Houston, went to high school there, and now an opportunity to play in front of friends and family.
Yeah, and he was very, very happy to be traded from the Philadelphia Phillies to go back to Houston because he was never going to get a chance to play in Philly, but he's getting that opportunity here with the Astros.
And Matsui strikes out, no contact.
Well, you like to see your pitcher strike guys out, and you like to see him keep the pitch count down. He did both.
Big smile in the dugout over there. That's a domination in that effort by the pitcher. And here's Carlos Lee. He has not hit well in this matchup. 188 against Jeremy Effel. There's a swing and a drive deep to left field. DeRosa's there. Hits off the wall and left. And Bourne's on his way home. There's the throw. Tie ball game. He comes in to score. WPA graph. Let's see what damage was done with that double, courtesy of Pepsi.
A big two-out hit right there. That's his third hit of the game so far. This man's doing what he has to do to help his team win.
Now, Lance Berkman makes such great contact at the plate. He's just the kind of guy you want up in this sort of a matchup.
Steve, this lineup, wow, if they've been able to create some opportunities, they are executing. They've got it tied.
Now, Gary, we just saw quality at bat. They capitalized on the opportunity, and now an opportunity to pull ahead here in this game. So outstanding clutch hitting.
And in there, second hit for him in the ball game in his fourth plate appearance. And he scores, and the tie is broken. They take the lead. See how much that triple adds to the win expectancy. Our Pepsi WPA graph. Boy, I don't know in that. Count, Steve, number one, the fact that he swung's kind of a surprise. I don't know how he hit that where it was.
You're right. On an 0-2 count, you have to protect the plate. Sometimes it's a defensive swing, but sometimes it works out.
And Hunter Pence up. Steve, really good vibes here. Hitting is contagious, and when you do it late in a ball game and get a lead as they have, it's great stuff.
Well, they were given an opening, and they took it. And now they have a lead late in the game.
Fastball swung out and missed, and the side's retired. They pick up 2-3 hits, strand a man. Houston takes this new lead into the next half. In the dugout, Bruce Bochy. This is where his experience comes in. It's so important. One run they need here. His responsibility to give his team the best chance of getting it. And on the mound with Brandon Lyon. They've decided it's time to bring a new arm into this one.
But when you bring a guy in the game like a Brandon Lyon, good things happen. He's been a very reliable relief pitcher. He was a closer at one point. Middle of
hit sharply towards the hole. One away.
Went out here in the 9th inning, and obviously in a situation where you're looking for outs, and you can't allow somebody to score, but if you can get an out, do what you need to get it.
Tomei gets in. Here's the first delivery. Called strike, outer half of the plate, 0-1.
In order to throw that fastball away from the hitter, you have to get great extension out in front. Nice job of pitching.
Fastball inside. He had to do a little dancing on that one.
It's risky to come in that far off the plate, even to send a message, because you sometimes hit the bat.
Well, he finished that one off with a strikeout. Nice pitch.
Well, you can hang laundry on that one. 94 miles per hour. Pretty good velocity, but that's pretty straight.
He delivers. Here's the pitch. And he leaves that one alone. Mike DeRocha, patience, and evens the count up. You look at the numbers last year. 10 for 24 against the Astros here in Houston. The 1-2 on its way. Hit on the ground. This could be the end. And he can't make the play. This could be trouble.
He takes this 1-2 pitch down in the zone. He's able to go down and get it. Get a good part of the bat on the ball and pick up the base hit.
That's a tough pitch to hit. When you're behind in the count, you just want contact, and he got it. First delivery to Molina. That's it. Pretty well down the line and left. Off the wall and left. Here comes DeRocha for the plate. Throws on its way home. This is it. And it's tied up. The tying run crosses the plate. One run. That comes in on that play. Let's see how it moves our chart. Brought to you by Pepsi.
Now they could taste the victory. They could taste the post-game spread. But now it's all tied up again. There's a long way to go.
Here's the first pitch. Pulls that one off, and it's high, ball one.
You have to have great command and control as a pitcher. Sometimes you throw a pitch off the plate to send a message. He threw it exactly where he wanted to in that situation.
Second pitch, waves at a fastball, strike one. He picked up 4 hits in 11 at-bats last season off the Astros. Fastball swung on and missed, side retired. So they score once on 2 hits, 1 man left. All knotted up here in Houston. And this is where the at-bats are very crucial. He doesn't want to have to go to extras if he can help it. Sadler will be called on to pitch. They've decided it was time to make a change here.
Well, this isn't a save opportunity, but they don't want to let this game get away from them, so they're going to go to the closer here in the 9th inning anyways.
And that's a strike. Pedro Feliz now will have to be careful in there and not let one get by him. Now here's a grounder towards the hole. One away now. In the batter's box, Keppinger. 16 ABs last year, 6 hits against the Giants. And the first pitch. Fastball in there for a called strike. And here's the pitch. A shot up the middle, and he's on the potential winning run. Get ready.
Oh, what a great job right there by the batter. A tough, tough pitch down and away on the outside corner. Great piece of hitting.
Masonette is going to come into the ball game now and run.
When you're looking to try to get something going, to manufacture runs, bringing in a guy who can run can be absolutely critical and beneficial.
Hut shot towards the hole. Got one. And there's the second out, a double play. So no runs on one hit and nobody left on. So into extra innings we go in Houston. Leadoff batter will get a shot at it later on in this inning. You get a look there at Bruce Bochy. He knows his team can win this ball game. Extra innings adding the pressure here. It's Edgar Renteria to lead it off. Ground out victim last time through. Here's the pitch. That catches the outer part of the plate for a strike.
Well, the pitcher gets away with one right here. Fastball right down the heart of the plate. Batter just let it go by.
That's foul back behind the plate. Fastball is up high. Then it's 1-2.
When you throw a two-seam fastball, you want a ground ball, which means you want to throw it to the bottom of the zone. This pitch up could come back to cost him later in the game.
Down on strikes there. A nice piece of pitching work. And we've got Sadler here. He's coming in to take his hacks here. And that one hit well. Bourne's there. And that is in there. The go-ahead run on base.
Gary may have surprised himself right there. Good piece of hitting by the pitcher. Hey, nothing like giving yourself a little offensive support.
Runner at first with one down. Here's the delivery. Hit up the middle. And that's going to be a base hit for Rowan.
A real good approach at the plate right here, thinking about going back up the middle. He gets a fastball a little bit inside, but able to just punch it up the middle for a base hit.
It's Freddie Sanchez. Golden opportunity now for the Giants. And Sanchez in the box. First pitch. Cut fastball swung on and missed. 0-1.
Well, he throws his cut fastball hard, and it has that good movement. He still gets that up in the zone. Was able to blow it by him at the letters.
The pitch. And it's fouled away. Swinging right through that pitch is Freddie Sanchez, and he's retired. Strike 3.
Well, K-Cam's going to show us this 12-6 curve. Let's get a better look. Well, he made it look easy right there. Slicing and dicing, just attacking the strike zone. 3 pitches, all for strikes. Sit down.
First pitch on the way to Sandoval. Catcher can't control it, and he's going to head for second. Here it comes. That one swung on, hit in the air. It is foul, and just that close to being a homer. Fastball is a waste pitch that time. 1-2.
Well, I tell you what, the offensive team is really doing a good job right now. You never want your closer to throw over 30 pitches, but that's where they have him right now. Let's see if they can try to finish him off.
Got him, so now they'll have their chance to win this thing with a run in the bottom half. So no runs, 2 hits, and they strand 2. And Romero's in the box. He'll lead off home half of the 10th.
Well, a tie game, you have to make this move right now. Offense becomes critical, and then the bullpen's going to have to come in and get the job done as well.
And that's a hit. Rolling to field. And there we go, the winning run on base. Here's a look at the State Farm leaderboard. The players with the most triples last year. There's a look at Bourne. He's second. In the 3rd spot, Stephen Drew. Number 1, Shane Victorino.
Well, the most exciting play in baseball is the triple. You watch a guy hit it, leaves the batter's box, and you can tell he's flying around first, not even thinking about stopping at second and going into 3rd. Well, this guy right here is one of the more exciting players because he does it as well as anyone in baseball. That big triple to help score runs for his team.
Got him there. That was a nice strikeout. And Kazu Matsuya. He's batting with a possibility that winning run on first base could be his RBI.
With 1 out, they have to be thinking double play. Give us a ground ball.
First pitch was a strike. 0-1 now.
You know, his curveball is so good that it comes out of his hand, and it looks like a ball, and then it breaks down into the zone. So many guys take the pitch.
Strike 2, Matsui. He'll be careful. With that 12-6 curveball, Steve, as a hitter, you better pick up the rotation.
Well, you better pick it up early, but a lot of times guys give up on it.
And here's Carlos Lee. He's really looking to keep this going. There are, however, 2 down.
Well, a gapper could be a game-winning base hit here, so look for the outfield to play nothing over their head.
And that runner at first will be flying on contact. Strike 2 with no balls and 2 strikes. Lee needs to protect that zone.
Boy, that's some kind of fastball down in the zone right there. The hitter has to be ready for it or he's got no chance to hit it.
Line towards second. Sanchez gets a handle on that one. And he throws on to first. That'll retire the side. No runs at a base hit. They leave 1 man on at first. The battle continues here in Houston. And thinking, I'm sure, about the approach here to win this ball game. And we've got Tim Burdick out on the mound. They've decided it's time to bring a new arm into this one. Swung on, hit down the left field line into the corner. And gone. A home run. That could be the game winner. So here's the graph that shows us the impact of that solo home run. Our Pepsi WPA graph.
Well, another home run right there. That's 2 now. So really this lineup looking like they're getting very comfortable. Now, if we had any doubts about this San Francisco offense, they've been answered. Giants have just stepped up big, taking the lead.
Nobody on base and nobody out. And DeRosa ready for the first pitch. Fastball just misses. 1-0. And Steve, nothing quite like it. You talk about bringing your team up. When you get that extra inning long ball, that one swung on, hit in the air to deep right center field. And Pence is there. And he gets over and grabs it with the left. And Benji Molina to bat. Had a couple of hits, 4 trips to the plate.
Well, they've got the lead right now, but you have to go back to that earlier clutch at bat where he drove in a run to tie the game. Good piece of hitting.
1 out, nobody on. First delivery to Molina. Fastball misses away. 1-0. Now the 1-0 pitch. Change up just off the black. Falls behind. 2-0. He waves at that fastball. 2-1. Yow, a little low. Got it in the dirt, but he held on. Here he comes, 3-1. That fastball is in there. He lays off it. Now 3-2. Full count pitch. And he takes that one and misses for ball 4.
Well, you know the pitcher's really tired right now, and you have to think that his confidence is a little bit shaken. That long at bat right there, he had a chance to put the hitter away, and now he has to go from the stretch to try to keep this inning from getting out of hand.
Price is called on to do the hurling now. They've decided it's time to bring a new arm into this one. It's going to be Scherholz now. He homered back in the 7th inning of this game. The 1-0 now. There's a swing, line drive, center field. 2 retired here. It's Edgar Renteria. This another big chance for San Francisco. Here's Renteria's first look. Swung on, hit in the air to right center. And that'll do it as Pence puts it away. So they pick up a run on the home run, and that gives them the lead. This could wrap up the opening game of the season right here. 3 more outs. For those of you just coming on board, Gary Thorne with Steve Phillips and John Kruk, bringing you Major League Baseball on 2K Sports. Brian Wilson's going to be pitching. San Francisco's bringing him in to close now. John, as he faces these Houston hitters, what will be his focus?
Boy, when you talk about animated closers, Brian Wilson comes to mind. He's a guy that comes in the game.
There's a swing towards the hole. So Bergman is retired. 1 out, Hunter Pence at the plate. A couple of RBIs thus far.
Well, they're losing right now, but his 2 RBIs at least are hope for the future.
Wilson gets set and delivers. Swings at that fastball and misses. 0-1.
Well, if you're going to get a good fastball, you better pull the trigger a little sooner. You can't be late on that heater.
And he got a swing on that one, but comes up empty. Hunter Pence gone. Boy, those strikeouts so important coming late in the ball game. Keeps that confidence up.
Well, they tell you that strikeouts add to the pitch count, but a 3-pitch strikeout right there, he can go forever on that one.
First pitch to him. Swung on, hit. Picked up by Sanchez. And on to first for out number 3, and that's going to do it.
The offense got it done on the top, and the pitching got it done on the bottom half. And celebration as they head back to the clubhouse.
Chance now to present our Pepsi Clutch Performer.
You know, sometimes you hear guys say, well, they hit a meaningless home run, but that's not the case in this game today. Yes, he only had 1 hit, but that big home run that he delivered sealed the deal for his team, and you can't find a more appropriate reason to be named the Pepsi Clutch Performer.
And they come into hostile territory, Steve, and take this one by 1 run.
Well, both teams had a chance to win it. Goes down to the very end, but the visiting club outplayed them.
And we hope you've enjoyed today's 2K Sports broadcast of Major League Baseball. For Steve, John, and our entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Gary Thorne. We will see you soon.
Some people like to rock and roll, yeah. You're always
choice is yours.
You can get with this, or you can get with